Only a few short weeks ago, Dr. Richard Payne, reader in finance at Cass Business School, came on Cass Talks and warned of the dangers of a ban on short selling in the current climate. European leaders obviously weren't watching. Regulators have gone ahead and implemented a ban on short selling. Dr. Payne is with me again. Dr. Payne, just remind me why you think that banning short selling is such a bad idea.
Well, it's not just me. There have been a few studies now on the short sales bans that were instituted in 2008 in many developed markets. And almost all, I think perhaps all of those studies suggest that bans on short sales make markets more costly to trade in, more volatile, lower volume, and less easy places to work in some sense, less easy places to trade. There's work by myself and Ian Marsh here at Cass on the UK. There's work by a new member of faculty, Alessandro Baber, on short selling bans around the globe, and those studies reach very similar conclusions.
So if it's such a bad idea, why have the politicians ignored the evidence and gone ahead and done it?
Well, you'd hope that they'd looked at the evidence, although I'm not convinced. Some of the policymakers, for example, in the US, have stated publicly post-2008 that they thought banning short selling was a mistake. So the ex-chairman of the SEC, I think, came out publicly and said that. European leaders have obviously taken a different tack. So the question is, why have they done this? My suspicion is that they're speaking more to political agendas rather than issues of market quality. You know, banning short selling allows them to say out loud and to the public, we've isolated the bad guys. It allows them also to deflect attention from where the real issues might lay. And if what they're worried about is volatility in financial markets, then it strikes me that the real issue is kind of political procrastination on how to solve big macro issues.
That's quite a cynical argument, but it's one which I've heard a lot. It's that politicians essentially are trying to deflect the blame, and it's pretty easy to point your finger at bankers and speculators who are unpopular in the current climate anyway. You're saying that is essentially what's behind this?
It's a guess. I don't know what's in these people's minds, but what I do know is that the weight of evidence on short selling that we've seen from the past suggests that short sellers perform positive roles in markets. You know, they make them better places to trade, they make markets smoother, they make volatility smaller.
So very briefly, what damage could be done by this move?
Again, we could quite easily see trading costs in markets go up dramatically. You could see financial markets do their roles in a poorer way. The basic role of a market is to allow information to flow into price, and you would argue that a ban on short selling will impede that. And that could greatly damage the way in which we allocate capital.
Dr. Payne, please stay in touch.
Thank you.
Speak to you soon on Cass Talks.
Thank you.